So when you were, auditioning in 1978, I guess it was, did you ever consider that you would be playing one character for so long?
Absolutely not. I came here for 2 years, and that was all I was going to commit to. And I came here because when you work in California as an actor, um, you don't log man hours in front of the camera. If you do a guest shot here and a guest shot there and maybe a movie of the week and you earn a living, you can put food on the table, but you don't really get to hone your craft because you're always new. You're always, you just show up. When you're a guest on a series, the series regulars get all the attention from the directors, and the guests just are, sort of come in, do your job, and don't make waves and get out. So,
all right, folks, we are moving on to 25.
I specifically took this job to log man hours in front of the camera.
Oh, so you went into it in a conscious way. Like
Absolutely.
This is okay. That's
Absolutely.
cool.
And I also, I had been working out here for years, not getting any direction, always going by my own instinct and my own gut. And I wanted to learn to take direction because I figured one day I was going to get a really good director and I wasn't going to know how to take direction because I hadn't done it that way. I'd always worked from the inside out. And I wanted to learn how to work from my ear down to my heart. So I came here with the express purpose of logging man hours in front of the camera and saying yes to whatever anybody told me to do.
Okay, now if you were to look at your life, let's say in, your whole life is 100%. How much of being here at General Hospital, your relationships with people that work here included, how much of a percentage of this place is your life?
Well, considering that I married a cameraman from General Hospital and I gave birth to a child with him that looks like him, so I am constantly reminded of him and my commitment here. We had a wedding shower. The people here gave us a wedding shower. When I adopted my daughter, after my maternity leave, I brought her here. This was the first place we came when she was 6 weeks old, and I had her here for the first 6 months of her life. I had a second dressing room, and I kept her here with me. So, I would have to say a third of my life. I would say, and the times that I wasn't here on this show, I was still connected to this show and the people on it. I did All My Children, I did Guiding Light, I did Days of Our Lives, I produced Loving, I acted on The City. I don't know if I've skipped any of them. But when you're in the community, in the soap opera community, we're all aware of each other. We all move around from show to show. There would be people from General Hospital who would be, Jeannie Francis was on Days of Our Lives when I was on Days of Our Lives. So-and-so would be on All My Children when I was on All My Children. So-and-so was on Days, because we all shift and move like shells in the ocean, on the bottom of the ocean floor. So it has been a constant in my life, even though my paycheck doesn't say ABC Disney all along the way. My connection to the people on the show, not only the actors but the crew as well, has been a constant in my life, and they have all watched my children grow up. So, they're a community. We are a community here, and as you have a community in your kids' schools, they watch your kids grow up. Your family watches your kids grow up. The people in this building watch my kids grow up.
What is your relationship like with Tony Geary?
He's my, was reading an article about it the other day. He is my work spouse. Is that what they call it? He's my work spouse. He's my partner. He's my partner in every conceivable way. When we don't see each other, we Skype. We video chat weekly. We vacation together in the summer. We've been to Ireland and Iceland and Norway. He is a part of my life. I'm a part of his life, and we have a very long history. Very, very long history.
You've said certain things to me throughout the time that I've been here.
Laura,
Quiet.
in your dress, please.
in a way that's very, very like intuitive and also wise, and you know how to make it precise. Meaning you don't have to have a 5-minute conversation with me to get through to me. But what I felt is that you've cared, and that you have kind of seen me grow up, and that you actually care about me. And I think like that's why it's so hard for me to be like, okay, I'm leaving. Not because I'm leaving my job, but because like I feel I have like all these like mommies and daddies everywhere. So sorry, I feel like an idiot. So I just wanted to say thank you for caring and saying those things to me, and I appreciate them, and I remember them.
We're loving witnesses to each other here.
Yeah.
That's what we are. We're loving witnesses, and I watched you grow up, and I watched your trials and tribulations, and I watched you develop and expand and take a higher road, and I watched you fall down and pick yourself up, and that's the gift of being in a job long term. That's the gift of these relationships. They get richer as they get, and that's true anywhere. If it is a church, if it is school, if it's wherever it is, the longer you stay one place. If the difference is maybe here because we're actors and because we look below the surface.
Yeah.
We dig. Because that's what's interesting about life. What's interesting about life is seeing what's below the surface.
Yeah.
So I would see more of you and look at more of you than the average person would, because I want to see how things are made. I want to see how they're put together. That's what's interesting to me. And I do that. I am an observer of life, but I would say that most actors are. It's what informs my work, is what I see in the world and what I see in everybody that I'm working with. And Tony and I use, back to our relationship, we use what happens off camera to inform what we do on camera. And we respond from things that have happened on Saturday at the movie theater. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it makes the work that much richer and that much fuller. And then we use things that happen at work to inform how we relate to each other at the movies.
Yeah.